Hello, everyone. This is Likita. Thank you so much for being here. We are truly grateful. Please don't forget to rate our podcast and leave us a review on any platform that you're listening on. This will ensure our podcast reaches a greater audience and people that are going through their 20s. We appreciate the support we've gotten so far, so thank you so much. Now, let's get into the episode.
Wait,
But we don't
guess
have
what?
to have it figured out.
Guess what he said?
That's what
No,
they
not
say.
again.
But sometimes it's like,
I know.
there's so much free will.
But how
It's okay,
does a
take it easy.
20-year-old
I know,
travel
life
so
is
much,
hard.
but then we have both so hard. We have to figure so many things out. Money, marriage. No, I don't understand my friend. Yeah, sometimes this is so confusing.
I love you.
Having like a session here right now.
Or maybe it's just conversations over coffee. I hate confronting
Or hot
people.
chocolates. I would love a hot chocolate right now.
Do you want to start a podcast?
Let's do it.
Welcome back to the 20s in Transition podcast, everyone. We are your hosts, Anusha and
Likita Gopinath, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about life with siblings versus without. Because Anusha, if you guys didn't know, is a single child, and I have an elder brother. So actually, we have no idea how we're going to like take this episode. We just thought we'd randomly, make an episode on this, and whatever we're going to be speaking is unscripted. So yeah, Anusha, what was life like being brought up as a single child? Tell us.
yeah, I mean, not that we script any of our episodes, but
Oh yeah, that's true.
just
You just ramble
yeah, I
on.
mean, I thought yeah, we always do that. We always are like, what should we talk about? And then we talk for 20 minutes and we're like, how did we talk so much?
Yeah.
That's just who we are. Life growing up as a single child was amazing. But listen, I got the best of both worlds. Okay, I grew up with my cousins as well. In India, we grew up with we always have our cousins around us, and for me, it was not like I meet them during weddings or receptions. It was not like that. I grew up with them. So we spent every single day together. I'd come home and then I'd be a single child. So I got the best of both worlds. I can never say that, oh, I was a single child. I felt alone, lonely. Like, nah, that was just like me coming back into my escape of, oh my God, I've dealt with these two kids for an entire day. Let me go back to my space and, take my time and enjoy myself. But one thing that I would say about being a single child is I learned how to keep myself occupied every time. Like I'll wake up and I'll take my building blocks. I'd start building apartments and I'm raising my building blocks. I used to paint on tiles. I used to do so many things alone. I used to dance because I'm a dancer. I used to like practice dance, not practice, but I would still dance. Um i i don't know, like I just loved being a center of attention too, because everything in my house was about me. Everything, there was no one that I had to share anything with. I had my own room, I had my own stuff, nothing I had to share. Although my mom did occasionally steal my clothes and my chocolates, but that doesn't matter. I still didn't have to share anything like majorly, and everything was mine. And everything, like even starting from building blocks, it's still mine, it still exists. I never share anything that's mine. I've been that way and it's fun. It's been fun that way. But I think with growing up with my cousins as well taught me a lot about how to adjust, because yeah, it's not my house, but I'm still with you guys and I need to learn how to adjust. But then I can go back to my space. So I don't know if it's like a thing with me. Like, can I actually adjust with people and live with them? Because even now I live alone. So I'm like, what does it look like when I finally live with someone? Can I actually adjust? Or is it just like, it's just an escapism, right? Because I didn't have to live with my cousins and I could go back home and live in my own bubble. I'm very curious to see how this goes and I'll keep you guys updated. But tell me, what was it like for you? Because you grew up with a sibling in your house. He was with you 24/7. How did that feel?
Where do I start even? I am pretty sure that my brother's listening to this. Pretty sure that my mother's listening to this. So I don't want to say something that's very controversial. I'm just going to be very nice and put things in a very nice way. But honestly, now when I think about living in the same room with my brother, I'm like, how did I even do that? We used to fight every single day, and we only lived together until school, until I was in 12th, right? After that, I moved out, and I have no idea how we shared the same room. And he was just very annoying. Like, his presence annoyed me so much. But at the same time, he had a lot of good influence on me, right? And I only always remember the good stuff. Like, he introduced me to a lot of video games when I was younger, like, NFS and Road Rash and that he's the exact reason why I even knew how to play on the PS. Like we had PS2 come out when I was in school or something. But he would just fool me, right? He would never give me a chance to play. But even then, I used to beg and play. And then he was a good influence on me. He introduced me to English music, to Akon in 8th standard or 7th standard or something. And he was the reason why I started. And then he stopped listening to English music and I continued. And now I have a really great taste in English music. But he brought a lot of good influence on me. And yeah, and the sharing part, I was not a very big fan because we had one TV at home and like watching what you would. We didn't have Netflix and all at that time, right? We just had like TV and probably like video games.
We
That's
had
it.
Chutti
I
TV.
thought,
We had Chutti TV. We had
yeah,
Disney XD.
yeah, Disney, Pogo, all of that, and he would watch. I think completely different stuff than what I would watch, and it used to be every day there used to be drama and fights. And I think I don't know how my parents managed the both of us. We used to hit each other, beat each other up. Oh my God. Like literally every other sibling story, right? A younger sister, older brother, of course, there are going to be fights. And my brother's a little bit, he used to be a lot overprotective over me. Like we studied in the same school. So he always had an eye on me. I know he's like laughing thinking about this right now, like what I was doing, if I was dating someone and things like that. He was very overprotective. Now he's not that much. I mean, he knows I'm a grown up now. I hope you do, but yeah, but it was a good experience living with a sibling. And now he lives abroad, and I don't think I could ever live in the same room with him because yeah, we're different people, but yeah, life was really different. And I don't, I wouldn't want it any other way. I think it shaped me to become who I am right now. And I've learned a lot from him. He's very practical, okay? He's the definition of pragmatic. Like until like I've learned so much from him. I'm like, dude, nobody can plan out their life like this, man. Just take it easy. You have to go with the flow. But I've learned so much from him, and I selectively learn from him, right? Like he's very very careful about how he spends his money. I'm not very careful about how I spend my money, but some things I learned from him. I'm like, okay, these values I take up from him and things like that. But yeah, it was a very different life. And every time I go to school, like he was a completely different student, right? I think I've told this in a previous episode where like he was a bad student, didn't study, always outside the principal's office. And people were fed up, and my mom used to be scared to go to like parents teacher meeting because of my brother. And I was the opposite. Like I was not very obedient, I was a good student, and I studied really well. And my mom, like the teachers and my mom, had no problems with me. But every time I go to school now, people will be like, hey, that's Hemnath's sister. Hemnath's sister, right? You're Hemnath's sister. I'm like, excuse me. I studied way better than him. I was in the student council team and I scored a 93 in my 12th, and you still call me Hemnath's sister. But that's the kind of, effect he has on people, and everybody loves him at school. But yeah, I mean, I hate it when someone calls me a Hemnath's sister, but I'm Likita, guys. But anyway, it's good for him. But yeah, I don't like the sharing part. I think that's what I hated the most. Sharing food or like share. I always had hand me downs. I don't know if, I mean, you wouldn't have had hand me downs. You would have always gotten new stuff, I
Oh,
guess.
no.
No,
Who said no? So
no.
like I said, I grew up with my cousins, right? I had a older brother, older brother, and then one younger. And whatever my older brother would have, like his big T-shirts and his big football T-shirts or whatever, they'll just give it to me. If I am like I didn't bring my clothes for tuition, give me something. My grandmother would just give me a T-shirt, and then I'd wear it around. It was so big for me, and I'd still wear it around everywhere. So many things. I think even as a kid, the sweater that my mom used to put for me was my brother's, and she'd be like, "Oh, it's just your brother's. He grew up to be such a good kid, so you should have it." I'm like, "That's not fair. I am your brand new child. Give me new things." But I get it, but not like as much as how you would have had it. I definitely had things that were just mine. Like I said, I don't share things, but I still had hand me downs from my cousins. So I don't know. Like whenever people ask me, you're a single child, I'm like, technically I'm not, but I get it. Like, yeah, legally I am, but technically I grew up with my cousins. So I had all of the stuff that people have done with their siblings, like trying to change your channel on TV and your brother just hiding this, like as if like the light is everything, he'll just hide it. Like all of those things I've done with my brothers. Same PS2 stuff done with my brothers. Watched SPD. The reason I'm so masculine is because of them, because I grew and growing up with brothers, I think we developed that. Like I think even in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where Amy Santiago is like trying to prove that she's tough, is because when you grow up with brothers, we're trying to prove like we're equally as tough as you are. And I don't know, like, let's talk about like the pros of having brothers, right? I think for me, that's the biggest pro. Like, I am very confident and very bold because I grew up with brothers, and it's like I can hit them too. If you hit me, I'll hit you back. And that kind of confidence came from growing up with them because I have hit my brothers, they've hit me, and it's an amazing feeling to be like, you're a boy, I can take you. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, dude, I don't know now if I could take a beating. When I was in school, my brother was a big guy, okay? And I could take a beating and I could give one back too. Like I would like go around school like I was like a rowdy because I'd be like, I can take you down. Like one punch and you're out. I think I got that attitude from my brother. But I'm now no violence, right?
Yeah, we don't condone
In
violence.
school, yeah, in school, oh my god, the way we used to fight. I think now I'd get triggered if I had some footage of my brother and I fighting. I'd get triggered. I'm like, oh my god, because it used to be even worse than cat fights. Like I cannot even explain. Like, we had bruises and shit like that, but I'm so glad that we grew out of it. I think it was early on in school, like eighth and ninth, when you're like really young. But when we grew up, we knew that it was stupid to like fight, but we used to still fight, just not physical fights. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about hand me downs, right? I think phones, clothes, tell me about it. I'm like, I wanted my own phone. And I think in college, when I lost one of my phones, I took his old phone and I felt so bad. I'm like, I deserve my own stuff. I hated using whatever he used, okay? But um, there's always this also, let's talk about the pressure of being like an older sibling, the oldest one, or whatever. You have to like pave the way for your younger sibling. And I did not notice it back then because we were like too young. And now when I think about it, like how much my brother eased my life. Like, he used to, like, he went abroad to study and things like that. And then now when he sees me traveling and all that, and my parents giving me permission for all that, and I'm just like, it's all what he did because he kind of warmed my parents up to all of this and then paved the way for me also to, let my parents know that hey, she can also do this, things like that. So I'm very thankful for my brother because he did that. And then like I'm not very practical or as successful as he is, but I'm successful in my own ways. Hemo, if you're listening to this, I'm successful in my own ways. But yeah, it's very difficult to be a older sibling. You're always scared of which path your younger sibling is going in. Are they having bad influences? What are they doing with their lives? And you're almost like a mother to your younger sibling because you're like answerable to whatever they're doing and things like that. And I think that's one of the reasons why my brother was very overprotective over me, because he was so scared that if I could get into the wrong path and things like that. But now when I imagine if I had a younger sibling, I would have controlled the shit out of that person. Like, no, you are not doing this, that's not good for you. But
I
yeah,
do that.
sometimes
I do that. I do that so
you
much.
have a younger son.
Brother doesn't listen to me. I 100% agree with you. My older brother, he was, oh my God, he was worse than my mom. Every time I did something, little screw up, he'd have something to say. I'm actually really scared of him. I don't know if he listens to my podcast, but if he does, I'm telling you, I'm really scared of you. I really am because he was such a tall guy and I was so little. I'd just be like, hi, and then I'd run away. Like, I was so scared of him, but he gave me the best advice. It's like, he appears like kind of like God to me because he just come up on some random situation. He'd be like, "This is what you're supposed to do. You have no sense, no bloody sense for you." And then he'll disappear, and that is my life goal. I'm like taking this into my heart, implementing this in my life, and that's the person I'm going to become. I sort of wanted to see if I could become an architect when I was, deciding which degree to do. And my brother was like, "You don't even know how to draw." And then I dropped that dream. I'm like, "You're right. I actually don't, I'm not that good at drawing." So he's right. And I was like, "Okay, architecture is not my thing." I'm not saying like he discouraged me. He just knows me so well that he's like, you don't even know how to draw. It was just a fantasy because I saw someone doing architecture. I was like, maybe I should do that too, which made realistically no sense because like, you know how architecture students are. They don't even sleep. I'm like, I could have never done that. Thank you. Good save. But my brother had like such good advice at the right time, and I would listen to him surprisingly. I don't know why. My younger brother doesn't do that. He's just like, hey, what do you know? What should I listen to you? You don't know anything. You're stupid. And he won't listen to me. But my older brother, I feel like he's, like you said, moving abroad. He's done a lot of things that I'm doing right now, and it's made things so much easier. But I think, yeah, as an older sibling, it's kind of a pressure to do your best so that your younger sibling can take over. Not that he's my sibling, but I kind of feel like he is. Both my brothers. My younger brother, he did everything that I've done. So I'm like, did I inspire you to do that? Are you just copying me? But I don't know. But maybe it is. You never know, right? If you're inspiring someone, if someone's following your footsteps, you just gotta be very careful. It's very tough to be an older sibling. Not that I am anywhere close to what my older brother's done, but I don't know. Being a single child is also pretty awesome because in your unit, in your family, you're the only one. So I'm like, whatever I do is right. You cannot really, you can compare, but not really because I can just say, like, he's not my actual brother. That statement can
Yeah.
come up. Yeah. And I don't know. I got the best of both worlds, luckily.
I know, and I didn't even know that, and that's like a good exposure for you. You know how it
Yeah.
works with siblings and being the single child. You also enjoy the perks of being the single child,
I
and
did.
it's horrible. I feel like everything is divided by two. I'm like, oh, why should I share this with him? I hate it. And when I was younger in school, it used to be the most annoying thing. Like food, man. I hate sharing my food. Okay, I hate it, and I'm like, no, I want all of this. And there are so many times where he's stolen my food. I know it sounds so stupid that it's something to laugh about, but it used to anger me so much. And now when I think about it, I'm like, Likita, you cried for what? You cried for an ice cream being stolen by your brother, or but yeah, it's anyway. We're talking about the serious stuff. But I mean,
This is pretty
what
serious
a,
too.
oh yeah, it is serious, okay? If someone's laughing at this, it is serious. It was serious for like 12-year-old Likita, and it is serious for like 25-year-old Likita. And thank you for not correcting my age, yeah. I'm so happy.
Oh,
Can
damn.
I say?
I forgot. But damn.
It's okay.
I keep
Sure.
forgetting. She's older than me. I keep forgetting she's a grandmother.
Grandmother, it seems. And if my brother's listening to this, see, I'm only praising you. Have good things to say because it's a podcast that like hundreds of people are listening to. But you really know how I feel.
No, I
See,
swear.
I barely talk to my brother, okay? Because I hate it. He's so practical. Every time he calls, he's like, "So, what are you doing about your career? What plans do you have? What do you do? What's your next move?" I'm like, dude, take a chill pill. Like, I'm only 25. Like, why would I have to take serious decisions like this? And I told you, right? I feel like I've seen this trend, okay? Like, these older siblings have it tough and they're conjuice. Yeah, seriously, I've seen this trend. They're conjuice, they have it tough, and they are very practical and mostly successful. And the younger siblings, they have it all easy. Like, I wouldn't say I had it all easy, but compared to what my brother did, I had it all easy. I was a good student, so I got into a good job. Like, I spend my money like nobody's business. And I don't know, man. I'm just like, I don't take life very seriously. And I feel like older siblings do that. So that's why I hate talking to my brother because he's like, what's your next career move? Where is your life going? And I hate these questions. I'm like, I have enough people ask me that already. I don't need this from my own brother. So I barely talk to him. I hope now you know why I don't pick your calls, okay? Because I don't want to answer that question, and you know I'm not that serious about life.
True. I don't talk to my brother as well. I only talk to him if I need him, like really need him, like I'm dying, like I'm
Yeah,
bleeding on the phone and dying.
if I need Fenty Beauty's lipstick, I'm gonna call you and ask you for it. That's
I don't
it.
even call. I don't even call him for that. My brother actually wants that from me. He once told me like, you can ask me. You can ask me to buy this for you. I'm like, I don't want your money. I don't want this. And then he gets so mad. I'm like, I didn't mean it that way. I just know how hard you work, and I don't want anything you're making. Like, I get it, But I'm not like that with my brother. My brother is, if I pick up the call, he's just going to be like, "Why are you yapping? Why are you yapping? Like there's no point in whatever you're saying." He'll just flat out just not, he discredit and not even acknowledge what I'm saying. He'll just be like, "You don't know anything. Shut up." I'm like, okay, stop talking to you. That's why I don't talk to
Yeah.
you. I think that's
Biggest
what older.
critique also.
Oh my god, so bad. And you know what? Whatever he says, I'll take it to my heart. Like I'll be like, this is true. It's like, are you reaffirming my thoughts? Thank you, but it's not good. But
Oh,
I feel like sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And as you grow up, you just have to know which ones to take and which ones not to. Because sometimes they're dealing with their own, it's their first time living too, so they're like figuring shit out. You just have to be careful and be like, this seems like you're going through something, it's got nothing to do with me, so I'm not going to take it. Be very
yeah.
careful. Yeah, and they tend to do that, right? Because they, like how parents do, they don't want you to go through the hardship that they did. So they'll be like, do it this way so it's easier for you. Don't go through things that I did. I'm like, but I want to. I want that pain. Give me.
Exactly.
I want to feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and I don't know. Older siblings, it's fun. Yeah, I'm not like how my older brother was to me with my younger brother. I don't tell him anything. No advice because he doesn't listen. He's not like me. He doesn't listen to anything that whenever my older brother says something, I listen to it. My younger brother's like, what do you know? What do you know? You are siblings. I'm like,
Younger brother.
younger brothers are the worst. I don't know. They're the worst. If you're listening, I hate you. Just know. Even though I was like a mother to you, I still hate you because you never listen to me. It's kind of fun to have that balance, of being a single child and having cousins that are like siblings. But yeah, I cannot imagine just having your brother with you 24/7, just being with them. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, even I cannot imagine. I mean, I spent what? Like
Your life.
17 years? Yeah, 17 years of my life, and then I don't know how I did it. It was annoying. Now, when I think about it, we cannot be under the same roof because we would fight. So, no. And he's coming to India. So, hi.
Good luck.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think I've seen your brother because Likita's brother and I went to the same college. I've seen him once or
Oh,
twice
yeah.
around campus, and I'd be like, "That's Likita's brother." I remember.
Yeah.
I know you were scared of him,
Finally,
so somehow I
someone who
was scared
says
of him
Likita's
too.
brother.
See,
Thank
I
you.
know you were scared of him, so for some reason I was scared of him too, even though I've never met him.
See, I mean, for those who don't know, like, I have pretty chill parents, okay? And my brother is my mother and father. Like, he's my mom and dad. He gave me advice, career advice, shaped my life, helped me, beat the shit out of me, scolded me, put me in the right path. And my parents didn't really bother. It's like, okay, you got 90, 93%. Okay. You failed. Okay. You got 93. Okay. But they didn't even give a shit. They don't care. They don't even remember how much I scored. But my brother, let me tell you, he was my mom and dad. Like, I think that's why I was very scared of him. I'm scared of him. So, yeah, I think all of my friends are also scared of him, I think.
Yeah, the way that we have a lot of friends in common, and anytime Likita's brother comes up, everybody will just freeze. I'm like, I'll freeze too. Okay, I don't know what's happening, but I'll freeze too. Like, I don't know. Why am I supposed to be scared of him? I get that. Been there with you. It's a very funny feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a good experience, right? To have. So I think it's good to have siblings, but I also have friends that are really like single child, single child. They didn't grow up with cousins, actual single children, single child. And I don't know. I can't relate to that.
I, yeah.
One
I
feeling that I
mean,
will one feeling that I will say is you don't have to share your parents with anybody. So they're just your parents. And I always
your
have that pride. Yeah. Like I have that pride. I'm like, I am your only daughter. You don't have any other child. So you have to put up with me. You can't choose between two and pick your favorite. I'm your favorite, I'm your least favorite, I'm everything. And I like that feeling because I don't know. I think that's where the whole being center of attention thing came because I was always the center of attention for everything. no matter what happened. Even with my cousins, I was still the middle child, so I had a lot of attention, and I was the only girl. I still had a lot of attention, so kind of worked out for the best for me. But I don't know about other people who are, single child people come up to me and tell me what you think, because I'm very curious to see what I've missed out on, like not talked about. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of aspects, like waking up in the middle of the night and not having anybody to talk to. I couldn't talk about, boys and stuff with anybody. I can't talk to my mom about that. Now I can, but I couldn't then.
Even I couldn't talk
You
about boys and
couldn't?
stuff with
Yeah,
my mom.
exactly. Yeah, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Why are these brothers like this? You can't talk about anything with them without them turning that session into like a
Yeah,
tuition. Like, okay, this is
advising. Yeah,
I don't know, bro. My brother's like that too. I cannot talk to him about anything fun. Anything that I remotely think is fun, he'd change that into, what do you know? You don't know anything about life. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
honestly, I feel like my brother's just a 50-year-old man. Like, he speaks like that, behaves like that, talks like that, and I'm like, dude, just I'm young. And let me live my life. Please, I don't need this old man energy near me. And I
Yeah.
don't know what he's gonna call me up after he listens to the episode. Say, what did you go on and on about in the episode? I'm like, oopsie.
Yeah. Fun episode. Both our brothers are going to block us. So